Episode 2 Myths, Monsters, and Magic. Now we're getting to the good stuff. I'm going to cover the basics, the gods and where we come in, the monsters, why they want to kill us, our scent and technology, and magic, the mist, special items from the gods themselves, and demigod powers. For those of you who don't know, my name is Calyx Carter. I'm the daughter of the Greek goddess Athena, and I started making these podcasts because of a dream from her. But she's not the only Olympian with children. The gods live up on Mount Olympus, which is easily described as a paradise with golden buildings and happy people. It has since been redesigned by a certain daughter of Athena, so props to Cabin 6. Anyway, sometimes the gods like to come down to Earth. And be it for their good looks, their kind hearts, or their brains, the gods sometimes fall in love with the mortals they meet. More often than not, a few months later, we come into the world. Your godly parent could be anyone. Usually, if you know you're a demigod, it's because you're the kid of a major or select minor god. Some half-bloods go their whole lives without even second-guessing their parentage. Their scents are so next to nothing that not much happens because their parent isn't considered to be well known. If you're the kid of one of the better known minor gods, like Iris, Hypnos, Nemesis, Nike, Hebe, Tyche, or Hecate, all of whom have cabins at camp, then your scent is, in fact, elevated to a point where monsters will be quite interested in you. Congratulations! If you're the child of one of the 12 Olympians, namely Demeter, Ares, Athena, Apollo, Hephaestus, Aphrodite, Hermes, or Dionysus, your scent can vary, but you can bank on monster attacks in your future. However, if you're the child of one of the big three, Zeus, Hades, or Poseidon, watch out. Your scent is the most strong out of all categories, and that means a lot of unfriendly fiends will jump at the chance to get close to you. Now, maybe you have no idea what I'm talking about. Hey Calyx, why do monsters find me so smelly? This brings us to our next topic of discussion. Monsters. A scent is something all demigods have. Be it strong or almost non-existent, it's there. That's not to say we technically smell like Big Macs to the Minotaur, but I'm sure you catch my drift. If you want someone to thank for this, thank Lamia, daughter of Hecate. Way back in ancient Greece, Lamia had gotten together with Zeus and had 2 children. If you're familiar with Greek mythology, I'm sure you're aware that anytime Zeus paid favor to someone who wasn't his wife, Hera became jealous and took action upon whichever mortal had gained his affection. In spite of Lamia, Hera killed her daughter and son in front of her and transformed her into a monster. In an act of revenge, Lamia used her magics to give monsters the ability to track demigods, to track us. Hera took Lamia's children away from her, so Lamia made it her personal mission to grant all monsters easy access to take the gods' children away from them. Our scent may give them a way to track us down, but why do monsters hate us so much they want to threaten our very existence? There's a lot of reasons, and they vary between different monsters. With some monsters, they want to kill you as a way of revenge. Maybe your godly parent turned Medusa into the scaly beast she is today. Even after centuries, chances are if she sees you, she won't let you out of her sight, so to speak. Or maybe your godly parents said they looked ugly in cargo shorts that one time, and ever since they've been determined to get back at them by killing, well, us. It doesn't just come down to something between the gods, though. Sometimes a hero slays a monster, and the monster loathes heroes for the rest of its days. More of a revenge on the species, I guess. Some monsters were simply made to destroy, like Talos, the big bronze guy Hephaestus made at the request of Zeus to protect Europa from invaders. The automaton was built to fight. In terms of a monster not formed in bronze, though, the Minotaur was also made to destroy. Cooped up in a maze where people were specifically sent in to be eaten by you generally causes you to believe that most people are your dinner. If he sees a free-range demigod walking around, he's going to try and eat them, but quite commonly it's a matter of territory for monsters. My friend was attacked by a nest of Myrmics in the camp woods during last week's Capture the Flag game. Myrmics are giant ants, to simplify. Giant ants that spit unfriendly helpings of poisonous mucus, that is. They attacked my friend not because they had hunted him down or anything, but simply because he'd gotten too close to their nest. We had to cancel the game of Capture the Flag and launch a demigod-wide hunt into the ant tunnels to find him. It wasn't easy, but we managed. A lot of monsters are territorial, and they will attack you if you get too close, either because they think you want to hurt them, or they think you want to steal whatever treasure they're guarding. This is most likely the monster you'll encounter on a quest, but more on those later. Besides scent, monsters can track us if we use technology. That means no cell phones, no laptop, no tablet, no internet. You see, demigods and technology don't mix. Somehow monsters catch on to our signal and track us down if we go online or make a phone call or anything. So maybe be a little less harsh to your parent for not buying you the newest iPhone or a phone in general when all your friends have one, because I'm sure they just don't want you to be prematurely eaten. That being said, this podcast itself is a risky thing to be listening to. If you're outside and even inside camp borders and you're listening to this, chances are monsters are on your heel. Granted, the Hephaestus cabin has tried tinkering with the frequencies to lessen the impact, but my advice is, while listening to these podcasts, keep moving. Turn your device off completely as soon as you're done listening and be on high alert always. Now, the magic. Ever wonder why you don't hear things on the news like Hydra attacks high school students, or Minotaur spotted in the mall? Or maybe you're wondering why everyone is calling a hellhound the cutest poodle they ever did see. Whatever it is, it's because of the mist. The mist is a veil controlled by the goddess Hecate that manipulates mortals' perception, so instead of seeing gods, monsters, weapons, supernatural occurrences, etc., they would see things the mortal mind can comprehend. Granted, there are a select few mortals who can see through the mist, but most can't. I once heard someone from my school call my Zypho sword a pool noodle before I quickly folded it back into a ring and slipped it onto my finger. At this point, I assume your jaw just dropped. Whoa, Calyx, your sword turns into a ring? Yes it does. Which segues us very nicely into our next topic in relation to magic. Special item from the gods themselves. Granted, I didn't get my ring sword Skotono from my mom. It was actually a gift from Chiron and the Hephaestus cabin for reasons I'll get into at another time. But a lot of demigods have cool weapons or objects like that did come from their godly parents. An Ares kid got an electric spear called Maimer from her dad. Stygian Ironforged weapons are given to children of Hades from the god of death himself, to name a few examples. Sometimes gods who aren't your godly parent give you something as well, be it you've done something for them or caught their eye doing something worthy enough of praise. Don't come to camp expecting a gift from your godly parent though, because most demigods don't get one. You have to be pretty special for one of those. On rare occasions, your godly parent might have left something with your mortal parent, something as simple as a gold coin keychain that can turn into a tree and save your life from a sticky situation, for example. So, what if you don't have a special item? You may still have demigod powers. Again, not all demigods of a god might inherit these powers, and for some gods it's more common. Demeter kids more often than not have a green thumb, save for Martha, who kills every plant she touches. Yet, if you're a child of Hermes, you've got a 1 in 40 shot of being able to pick a lock just by touching a door. A message to the Hermes campers from Chiron: you can't do this for a reason. Please stop using other techniques to break into the big house anyway. For some demigods, it's a mix of both. Almost all children of Hephaestus have the gift of craftsmanship and forgery, and the ability to makeshift almost anything from anything. Yet only a rare handful have pyrokinesis. That being said, if you have one of those rare powers, I wouldn't celebrate too prematurely. They usually only appear in demigods when horrible things are destined to occur. So remember to watch your backs, take care of yourselves, and if you survive, I'll see you again next week. Calyx out.